Hi everyone, my name is Andrea and welcome to my channel, Andrea's Kitchen. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make curry chicken and potatoes, a very delicious dish from my island home of Jamaica. This easy recipe calls for simple ingredients that you can get from any grocery store. The recipe for this dish is in the description below, so please check it out. You will need 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of curry powder, 1.5 pounds of chicken lightly seasoned with Mrs. Dash. I prefer Mrs. Dash. A medium potato, a medium onion, half of a red and half of a green bell pepper, 2 garlic cloves, and 3 sprigs of green onions. One of the things I really enjoy doing, I think, is the preparation to cooking. And right here, I am cutting up my vegetables. I'm cutting up my my seasonings, and I try to cut them for a recipe like this. I try to cut them as big as I can. I try not to make it too thin. For the garlic, that's the only exception, because with garlic cloves, you want to open up the flavors and the nice oils from it. So you want to cut it as small as you can so that it will release those delicious goodness. And right here, I am doing that. And I'm going to cut my onion next. And it's the same thing with my onion. You try to cut it so that they're medium pieces, like 1/4 of an inch size, because onions, as you know, when you cook onions, sometimes it tends to kind of disintegrate after a while into the meal, which is delicious just the same. But at the end of this meal, you want to be able to see that you have delicious onions in there, nicely sweated and everything. So with the bell peppers, I like to dry the core with the seeds on it and plant those in pots on my balcony. Right now I have a ton of pepper trees just waiting to offer up delicious peppers. It's the same thing with this. I absolutely love cooking, and my love for cooking came very interesting enough because as a young woman, I never cooked at home in Jamaica. My mom wouldn't let me cook, so I was always relegated to preparing the vegetables like this, and I would make perfect vegetables cut very nicely in squares. That was my gift. So when I got married, I realized, oops, now I have to learn how to cook. So my joy and my love just really went out into the world, and I just really enjoy cooking everything. And as I had my son and my family grew, cooking just became a part of me, a way of feeding myself, feeding my child, feeding my family. So I really do enjoy this process, preparing and cooking. So if you haven't done that yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell twice so that you don't miss any of my videos coming up in the future. I promise I'll make my meals as delicious as this one today. And right here you see I am cutting the potato, and I'm cutting it 1/2 inch slices so that of course they'll stay firm once the meal is finished cooking. So before I started to mix around the seasonings, the pepper, the garlic, the onions, the green onions, I added 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pot. And so, and that's all I used. After that, I wouldn't add any more oil. You could add water or you could add chicken stock. I try to watch my sodium, so I added water. So right here, I am just incorporating all those delicious seasonings into the pot and just having a good time of it. And you can see the steam coming up off that pot. I'm telling you, we need smell-o-vision because it just smelled so wonderful. And that's another beautiful thing about cooking. The smells are just, they make you want to eat which is always a good thing in my book. So right here, I'm adding my curry blend and just getting it mixed into my seasonings and just making sure that all of it is spread around evenly in the pot. And that's one of the things that you want to do too, because curry powder is a mixture of many different seasonings. So you want to make sure that you get all the aromas and all the oils nicely cooked out so that it will add to your meal. And here I am putting in my 1.5 pounds of chicken breast that I cut up very nicely. What I did before putting that in the pot is I would season it with about a tablespoon of the curry powder blend and about a teaspoon of salt and just let it sit for a minute to get seasoned. And there it is, you know, putting it in the pot with the seasonings that's already cooking and giving us that beautiful aroma. And now that I've mixed everything together, what I did was I went ahead and I added the last bit of seasonings that I had cut up and the last bit of the potatoes. The potatoes are the last thing that you put in. And I added water to it. Like I said, you could use water or you could use chicken stock or beef stock, whichever your preference is. You could do that. But I like to not use so much sodium. That's the best way I can say it. Just not use so much sodium in my meals. So I used water instead. And here I am. I added the water and the last bit of seasonings and the potato, and everybody is in the pot just having a wonderful time dancing around. At this point, you can see that there's water, beautiful juices in that pot right there. That's the perfect stage for you to go ahead and just put the cover on and let it sit for 30 minutes. This entire meal could take you 35 to 45 minutes. And this is what it looks like when I was done. I like to have it with white rice, basmati white rice. And so I just enjoyed this meal so much. It was delicious. My goodness. And the smell was out of this world. So thank you for watching. Bye now.